Hello, welcome back. The sun is shining, the dragon is still slumbering, and I am in the mood to gather some resources. And one of the first jobs that I want to get on with is starting an amethyst farm. If you remember from the book, one of the best ways to keep this dragon away from our settlement and stop it robbing all of the minerals and the gold and the metals that we mine out is to encourage a larger beast called an amethyst drake, which should hopefully be enough to deter this thing from getting any closer. It's still sleeping. Still slumbering. And if we come just past the stables here, my little mine is down here, and there is already an amethyst geode there that I have started mining out. I just need to punch away these leaves because they are annoying me, it's too much. These ones grow back so quickly. Everywhere else they grow back really slowly, but these ones here, I punch them back about 3 times an episode. I know supposedly you can snip them with shears, but it never works for me, it won't do anything. Unless I'm thinking of the glowberry vines, it might be only those you can snip. Might just have to struggle forever punching the vines. But just down here, through the water, yep, out. And then I go into this little cave network. Somewhere in here, there is a geode I have already partially opened. It's in this kind of open bit. Now the spider spawner. Around here, this might be it. There it is. So for this, I'm going to be using a method that I first saw with, I think it was Istel 85, where you hollow out the area around a geode and fill in any of the gaps, and then you flood it, so that not only when you mine the geode parts do they actually float to the top and make it easier to collect, but it actually slows down your mining speed, so you shouldn't break the crystal block, you know, the one that generates the crystals. So I'm going to hopefully replicate something like that, probably not as elegantly, but that should make it easier to farm all the amethysts. So first I want to block off these cave entrances so that I'm a bit more secure, so nothing can sneak in behind me while I'm harvesting this lot out. And now I just need to hollow this out. I have already partly started on this one. I started on it probably back in about episode 3 because I just wanted a couple of crystals. Yeah, it was for the pathway that leads out the back of my base. There's a little geode in there. This is where I got the geode bits from. I'm going to take the outer 2 blocks as well because I will need those. Not in as great a quantity, but I will still need them. I think I just broke the wrong one. That's why you need water. Right, after a good hour and a half, here we are. There's the odd one, keeps popping up as a new growth comes in. I must have missed it, and some of them I think have overlap, so I've waterlogged this one but not this one, so sometimes they come up funky, but I think mostly for now they are cooperating, and it is certainly a lot easier to harvest them like this. It is much slower, so you don't run the risk of breaking anything like as much as you do when it's on the surface and not underwater, and it's so much easier to travel. Bit of a faff to set up, but it's here forever now. This should be reasonably easy to come back to every now and again. I might make a drop, as I've got these wall spaces here, I might make a drop to get to and from. That might be a bit easier. But I'll spend some time here, I'll gather up some resources. I got quite a bit of the basalt and the calcite just from emptying this section out. This is going to last me a good long while, but I can always go find some more geodes if I need to, because you get quite a lot off each one. You probably get 10 stacks of each. Because I've already got like this again back at my base from a previous excavation. Excavation the right word? I said it and now that sounds wrong. Yeah, funky one. Some of them also didn't have growths on, so it was very difficult to tell if they were waterlogged or not, so some of it is as the new growths come through, it's revealing the ones I've missed. Oh, seems to be pretty much there now. I think I'll just leave a couple of spare water buckets. Yeah, call it here for now. So this is my strange vinyl setup. I have a drop here, which I just dropped from the high heavens there. This is also unintentionally a bit of a glow squid farm. Everyone has their favourite enchantments, but I think Depth Strider has to be mine. Oh, hello. I know it's a bit overkill, but I made myself a little room here to stand in when I want to go AFK. Yep, this is it. Wonderful. I always just feel better having a door, which I know zombies can knock down, but only if they see you. Now, I'm not just going to be gathering resources today, I'm also planning on building something. Something that we mentioned last week, but I didn't actually build. I decided to build this instead. I might build the kennels, where they're going to train the guard doggies. Because they're lovely guard doggies. Yes. Now I just need to find somewhere to put it, because the design that I've got in mind does actually have a small tower attached to it. Not the same as this tower, it's got a different design, but there is a tower built into the kennel, so I would like it to be, you know, at a point where it looks relevant, looking out over the creature. There's no point putting it somewhere where the tower actually has no function, so it needs to go somewhere. I'd like it to be on the hillside. I'd kind of like to put it there, but then it takes away too much from that cave area, which I'd like to expand on at some point. I don't necessarily want it at the top of the hill. I was thinking maybe in the farmland here, but then it just means you've got a tower next to this tower, which is a bit pointless. Maybe over there somewhere? But that means moving all the farm animals, which I'm not in the mood to do today. I don't really have plans for anything here, I just come up with an idea, decide what fits, and then find somewhere to put it. That might be quite nice up here. A tower overlooking this side instead. I don't need to focus 100% on the monster right now. The Endermen have been busy, as you can see. Probably means I've got to go check my roof, because occasionally I have to go fill in all the roof patches. Let's go see what a mess they've made. Yeah, they've been quite thorough here. I know you can get a data pack that turns it off so that Endermen don't do this, but I don't know, I think it's just part of the game. I don't mind it. It's easy to build with grass because it's available everywhere, and it's kind of a bit of a cheap alternative to building an actual roof, but that's the price of it. The price of it is that the Endermen will pick it to pieces. Especially my base, because I seem to have so many Endermen around here. But anyway, yes, I think up here might be quite a nice spot to put kennels. I also like the idea that the higher up the hillside you go, the more important the build is, shall we say, that you get grander buildings the higher up you go, but then the dogs, as guard dogs, are actually quite important. Hence, you know, they've got statues of them, and there's going to be multiple statues of them, so it would make sense that they would be a little bit higher up the hillside, I think. We don't have to. Before we start building though, I am going to go and get some more terracotta. I'm probably just going to go get some clay from some caves and then bake it to terracotta. This might look like a lot. This will not last very long at all. It's remarkable how quickly it goes down once you start building routinely with it. So I'm going to go plunder some lush caves. There's so many lush caves around here. Every time I go mining, I will find more lush cave. It goes on forever. So I don't feel too bad. I'll go to my usual spot, the first one I found, and I shall just dig up a great big chunk of it, see how many stacks I can get. I also need to go fix my pickaxe, because I usually do all of my repairing in one session after every little project, because it means you're not standing at that one skeleton spawner for hours trying to fix everything from completely broken. I don't usually let them run down this far. Right, so half an hour later, and I have... Oh. Rude. I have two... Will I learn? Will I learn? I have 2 full shulkers of clay, and I may or may not have decimated an entire ravine area and flooded it by accident, but never mind. In digging all that up, I also found 14 diamond ore, which is nice, and an awful lot of iron. That is a lot of iron that is going to last me a good long while. Oh, hello, little yellow one. I don't know if I have a yellow one. I do now. But it's time to leave. I need to go repair my tools more than anything else. Hi. Yeah, hi, you. Why do you just go stand in the corner like that? I mean, you're allowed, you're perfectly welcome, but why? I've got some furnaces going, smelting some of the clay down to terracotta, and this one on the end is doing cactus to get some green dye. But they can just run in the background. I've just got some rose bushes to make some red dye, and I've got plenty of the cocoa beans to make the brown dye. I would like more yellow because I like using yellow, and I also like using the orange. So I need the yellow to make the orange. Do I need to make a flower farm, or can I just get away with spamming the ground? I think I'll just spam the ground for now. You don't need that much. And I have a disgusting amount of bones. Yeah, some nice yellow flowers over there. We'll go do that. See if we can get a stack or 2. And there we are. After 5 minutes, I've got a stack. Well, it's probably not even 5 minutes. It was probably 3. So after, 3 to 5 minutes, I've got a stack. 1 stack will do 8 stacks of terracotta, so that'll last me a good long while. Time to go home. Time to stop punching the grass. I actually have lots of flowers. I'm just very bad at remembering how much I've got of each one. If I'm going to put the kennels up here, I need to do a little bit of clearing. I think here might actually be quite nice. I need to do a little bit of clearing, a little bit of tidying up, filling up some caves. I will again convert this into a decorative cliff area, I think. Don't know what to do about that. This weird little, fin of land. I quite like it, but at the same time it sort of blocks the view. I don't know what to do about that. Ignore it for now. I might try and see if I can actually... Oh, there's a creeper. If I can actually build this over multiple levels. So rather than having it completely flattened to put the build on, I might see if I can put most of it on one level, but then have a bit kind of step up. That might be quite nice. I'm always saying that, aren't I? I'm always saying things out loud and then saying, that might be quite nice. It might be. They're in my house. I think I've got some stuff ready, so I'm just going to make my way up. I'm going to do the landscaping and then should be ready to build. Oh, there's a kitty cat here. I don't remember taming you, but I must have done because you're being very obedient. Hi. And for now, the kennels are done. We don't have any dogs in yet, it's just the framework, and I still need to do a lot of the terraforming and the environmental stuff around the back, because I do have a little plan for that. We shall be doing that in a moment. Inside is quite simple because I have no idea what to put in a kennel. We've got little leads hanging from the walls for when it's walkies time. We've got some food bowls, we've got some water bowls, and we've got some areas where they've been digging, and we've got some little beds. I actually don't know what else to put in here. I don't want to rely too heavily on my traditional decoration of just putting a load of leaves everywhere. I'm trying to make it stand on its own without just having to spam the foliage. But yeah, I don't really know what else to put in here to make kind of like dog-related designs. And if we go up the tower, which is it's a little clunky on the inside, but oh well. On one side, you want down, 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 you've got to hit it at the right point. We just have a little storage area. We've got these little overhanging awnings just because it adds a bit of colour and a bit of movement. There is a cat up there as well, you can hear it yelling away. Come on, back down. Come on, this side, this side, this side, thank you. And this side is just like a little kitchen. I kind of just like putting little kitchens everywhere. I kind of feel like if you were working here, you'd want somewhere to come and heat your soup. Nice yummy soup to feed to your doggies. Dogs love soup. Well-known fact. Wolves out there in the wild, just making soup. And as you can see from up here, we've got a really good view. We can see all the way to that side, but we can't see the monster, of course. And the view from up here, we can see all around this part of the river. You can see level with this hilltop, which is quite nice. I didn't really want to be able to see over it too much. I like the idea that you have to keep climbing. Excuse me? Excuse? Thank you. But now I suppose we need to go get some dogs and put them in here. Now I have a plan for this. Now I'm going to use tamed dogs for some of them, but unfortunately tamed dogs can really only sit or follow you. There is no in between. Even if you tie them up and you use a lead to put them to a fence post, they will just stand and try to get to you. They won't really roam around that fence post, which is a shame. And then when you log in, they will teleport to you no matter where you are. So what I'm thinking I'm going to try and do, and this might or might not work, I've done it before and it did work in that situation, but I didn't play that world very much once I'd done that, is I'm actually going to get some wild wolves and not tame them, just put them in fences, have them kind of like fenced or leashed around the area, or have them in these buildings, and they should just chill. If I name tag them, they shouldn't despawn and they should just chill and wander around and be cute. So I think I'll go get some wild wolves. Oh, hello little kitty, you're up there. So I think I'll go get some wild wolves and then I'll put them in place, see how well they do, give them some funky names, and then come back to this back wall, this back area, and see how I want to shape this. I'd like to make this hillside usable for future builds. Maybe a workshop. Might be quite nice to have like a toolsmith or something back here. I might also put another wolf statue here, because this would be a very sensible place to put it, I think. Probably looking out that way, or maybe that way, I'm not sure. I feel like that's a really good spot for looking down the river, so it makes sense that the wolf would be looking that way, but I also feel that, like, design-wise it makes sense to go that way. Anyway, yes, let's go get some wild wolves. Let's see if this works. See some white, what is that? Oh, doggy! Come here. I can leash you, excellent. Come hither. Are there any others? Is it just a pack of 2? The Endermen have been going to work, haven't they? They've really done some weird things. A very abstract form of art. On the topic of art, though, that's actually something I wanted to ask. I am, by my trade, a freelance artist, and I have been for about 12 years now. I find myself sometimes, during these builds and during these talking bits, I will just start talking about art stuff. I'll start saying, like, oh, look at the composition, or look at the colours, or whatever. I always end up editing it out because it feels too soon. It feels like, who am I kidding? I've just started this. Do you want to hear that? Do you want to hear my art advice, which is just my opinion, and, you know, I'm always going to say that it's just my opinion. I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to do this. It's always going to be like, oh, this is a way to consider it. Hello, cow. Do you want to hear my rambly art advice, or do you want to just build? Either's fine. What I'm trying to say is it too soon? Or is this something you'd actually like to hear my opinions on? I mean, just because I've been an artist for so many years doesn't necessarily mean my advice is worth anything. I'm stuck in a tree. Come on, come on. Thank you. I've lost 2. I keep stuck in a fence, you idiots. Come on. There we are. That's the hardest bit done. Come on. I did quite a big art ramble when I was building the library. There's a bit in the middle. I ended up taking the whole lot out. It was like a 3-minute section where I was just talking about working through creative problems, and when I just heard it back, I thought, a bit too soon for this. Bit too much too soon. You're coming here to watch Minecraft builds, not necessarily get a lesson. Come on, home. As much as I do like the cute faces of the tamed wolves, I actually do really love their chilled faces when they're wild. It's really cute. I'm gonna pop this guy inside, if you will. Come on. Yep. I was gonna say, can you not get through the doors? But you can. Here you go. He looks so unimpressed. I'll go get some name tags and we'll come up with some funky names for these guys. I'm just going to leave him here for now, and I'm going to maybe see if I can get some more. I'd like maybe 3 or 4 to be roaming around, 1 in each room. Like that, yep. Oh. Have you already done a poo-poo? Please don't despawn while I'm away or I will cry. I don't have many name tags. My mending villager does actually have name tags unlocked, but they're so expensive. I need to do the villager curing thing to get him to be cheaper. Where do I need to go? The stables. The stables has an anvil. Oh look! The vines have regrown. Good, they're still here. So which one's this? This one can be Flitch. Hello, Flitch. And this one in here can be Mellow Pancake. Hello, Mellow Pancake. Are you having fun? I kind of feel like you're not, to be honest. Right, need to get you some friends. Come on, choo-choo. Come on, doggies. Got one. Where's the other one? There was another one around here somewhere. Yep, there we go. There we are, another one. I lost one along the way. I have no idea where that one went, but we got another one back. Need to come up with a name for you as well. This one can be Aoife. I've got 2 dogs in each room for now. I'll add some more seated ones later. I don't need to name tag these ones yet, obviously, so I'll wait to name them once I've got some name tags. And Flitch is still waiting out here. I'd like to put him in an outside pen, which I shall be doing in a moment as I come to build this cliff behind here. So, yep, time to get on with this back wall and make this nice and level. Make this usable for another day. That's kind of what I want to do, is as I'm decorating, as I'm doing a bit of terraforming, is kind of also making a foundation for another episode. So I won't necessarily do anything up here next episode, but when I come to do something here, I don't have to do as much groundwork because I'll have already kind of incorporated it into a previous session. Just seems a bit more sensible. There's so much I still need to do. I still need to move all the animals because they're just in pits down there. I still need to connect paths up. I still need to do more villager houses, more watchtowers. I need to make a start on building some geodes. I need to make a start on doing the mines. I need to make a start on the great big forge. There's so much to do. There is so much to do. So we need to do the docks over there. We need to widen the river. We need to build more walls. We need all the wolves. Oh, there's so much to do. I will just clarify, I don't mean that in like a negative, oh, woe is me way. I mean that in a yay, I'm excited to do things way. It's up to me how much I add or take away from all of this, and I keep adding stuff to it because I'm enjoying it. Oh, and I need to move the bees. So much to do. Also, because I've been having trouble keeping up with my mossy cobblestone and making sure that I've got enough of it, I have, back here in my weird little farm collection, made a vine room where I just come in and I harvest my vines, and it does tick over pretty well. I made this basically before I started filming this episode, so this is just me popping backwards and forwards every couple of hours. Amazing how quickly it adds up. And here we are, we now have this cliff behind the building done. It's just a little bit of structural work to make it look like it's more deliberate. There's a bigger pen here, which now has Flitch in it. Hello, Flitch. I also decided to add like an armour stand as if he's, you know, training against enemy soldiers, but it's... I don't know, maybe that's just a friend. Maybe that's just somebody looking after him. So I'd like to put a villager in here as well, so that he's got a friend other than a armour stand with some leather armour on it. If we follow this up, it comes up to the next level, which has been flattened out a little. It's obviously mossy and stuff for now, but that's easy enough to clean up. Could easily put a little building up here, maybe square this corner off a little, have something here. But yes, it's all ready to go, and I've got a little bit of greenery. I'll have to treat myself to a little bit of greenery every so often. Just trying to keep it out of the buildings, out of the main structures. I put a tiny bit here just as like a hedge to make this hillside look a little more overgrown. The episode's running on a little bit, so I think I will call it here for today. I have to admit I had a bit of a half week because I lost the earlier days of the week to a migraine, but never mind, it happens. But before we go, we'll go check on the amethyst farm. I've been popping in and out all throughout the episode. I've probably been around in this area for about 7 or 8 active hours. Let's go see how it's doing. I've already done some harvesting, as I will show you. It adds up really quickly. As you can see, it is no longer producing the weird glitchy blocks for not being waterlogged. It seems to be working perfectly as intended. I haven't broken a single, you know, this one. What's this one called? Let's actually look. What is this one called? A budding amethyst. That's what it's called. I haven't broken a single budding amethyst block so far. Long may it continue. Thankfully, this geode is just close enough to my base that I think it's active, provided I'm near the middle. Oh, I'm drowning. If I'm on the far side where the village is, it maybe won't be active, but if I'm in the kind of middle bit, or around where I've just been building the kennels, it seems to be quite comfortably active. I might have to put some lights in though. But are they shroom lights from the nether? Put some in the bottom because it did spawn a drowned earlier. Although this took me quite a while, this has been very worthwhile to do. I'm very glad I did it. I thought I'd be able to just get away initially with just using a geode, but it's such a pain to harvest them. This is so much easier. But I think we'll wrap it up here for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back next week, because I think we're going to make a start on a great big amethyst in that crater. That's kind of what I'm in the mood to do, and with so many amethysts already under our belt, that should be quite easy to do. Should be able to make a good start. I've probably got like 15 stacks worth of amethyst blocks in here now. So thank you very much for watching, and bye bye for now. Bye!